That's when he was starting to do his screams like
I loved
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck.
Hey young world, this is me with another Mac DeMarco 2023 January Chrono Trigger comparison video. I just noticed a similarity in, I just listened to Mac DeMarco's brand new album, 5 Easy Hot Dogs. Came out 5 hours ago. Very neat. Didn't plan that at all. I didn't. This is silly. Yeah, the second track, Gualala, Gualela. I like that one. Gualela 2 sounds a lot like, I think it's called Wind Scene from Chrono Trigger. So, I won't make your mind up for you. It's not my place to do that. But I'll just play you 2 snippets right now and see what you think. So what do you think? I'll play it again in a sec after I give you some key information about it, which is literally just my opinion. But yeah, I think it's very similar. I'm actually a musician myself, if you don't know, and I've loved Mac's music for a while. I'm not, a tremendous fan. I don't think I've ever smoked an entire cigarette to myself, but I think he's a great musician who can write songs of his own, so I don't necessarily think this is a deliberate act or anything, or it's out of, a lack of creativity himself or anything. But yeah, sorry, I'm a musician myself, and I'm tempted to go get the guitar and, play it out for you and just sort of show like if they're in a different key or something like that. But I'm in the bath, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to remain in the bath. But yeah, I don't think that this is a malicious act. I think they're different enough. And I also think it's worth mentioning, there's such a thing as an allusion to with, allusion. Yeah. There's such a thing as that in music too. And Mac's been, sort of loosely known as a fan of games from the era that Chrono Trigger came out, and 64 and PlayStation and stuff. So yeah, it's not out of the question to think that this is an allusion to one of the great games of all time, Chrono Trigger, which I just played recently, by the way, and I think it's really great. And absolutely, it's a time-themed game, so I'm going to make a little bit of a pun here, or whether I like it or not, I'm going to say something of that nature, which is that the game is timeless. You should totally play it. It's really great. Yeah, I made a skate video recently. Not recently, it was like 7 years ago now. Something crazy like that. To continue with the time dilation, moving through time. There's some eloquent way to say what I should be saying here, but I'm just not capable of it. You're not talking to that guy. You're not listening to that guy, unfortunately. And that's what you signed up for here. That's the package deal here. But I made this video, right, skate video called Balcoholics. It's set in Ballina, and it was a bunch of fucking loose, teenagers to early 20s and beyond, I suppose, skaters, hence the alcoholics aspect of that, but alcoholics. And in the start of it, it's like a sort of thrashy, shitty riff before I really knew how to record anything. But I'm pretty sure there's like a little moment where it breaks for a second, and then like I play like the dun 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 dun, which is the Mario sort of motif that's right at the start of, I think, the very first piece of music that was ever heard in any actual Mario game. So so that's an allusion, and it's not inherent to the music being sort of like valid or like having merit or something, or serving the purpose that it does, And so I think that's the case here too. I don't think that this is like a melody that's something that Mac is benefiting off, alluding to, or having some sort of connective tissue with, intentional or not. I think this is a somewhat interesting area of thought, and it's interesting for me too to hear how people who don't have any sort of musical background in their life, in terms of controlling the tools in music, how they might hear this very differently, because the timbres, Timbre, timbre, I've heard a bunch of different pronunciations of that, are very different. So yeah, let us know what you think. It is rather different. So what do you think? The sound that we hear on Chrono Trigger is a pizzicato string sound, I believe, which is where a violin or other orchestral stringed instrument is plucked rather than run across with a bow. I don't know what the correct term is, but run across sounds like a perfectly bludgeoned use of vocabulary for my what should be expected of me. And Mac's sound, I'm not fully sure. I do know he uses the Yamaha DX7, and I don't believe, but if I were to have a stab in the dark, I would say that maybe that is a DX7 sound. But I'm not sure. So yeah, we have two very different timbres going on, and not one trying to replicate the other. Just a similarity in the melody. That's really all this is here to acknowledge, and I think that it's... I'm interested in if there's how much this is something that's intentional and how much it is he's a product of that environment, and and he may have never played the game, but somehow it just, something like that finds its way into your ear, that melodic sensibility or something. Chrono Trigger has really great music, and Mac DeMarco has really great music. I just listened to This Old Dog recently, outstanding album. I think as well you should listen to 5 Easy Hot Dogs. I think it's great. I think a lot will be said about him, not doing what the audience wants him to do or something 'Cause I actually really like when Mac sings, and it was something, a brief moment to come to terms with that he wasn't singing on this piece of work. But you know, I think it's great, and I think it's the distance between, or the difference, the both between creating an entertainment product and creating what an artist should create, which is their art. You know, like if there's no audience, an artist at this point in life and at this time in their life and in this literally environmental climate and blah blah blah, creates the album they want to create every time. But then there's a demand outside to create what is effectively an entertainment product. And anyway, I won't go too far into that, but I totally back 5 Easy Hot Dogs. I like this album. Very nice. And yeah, have a very nice day. Salutations.
Yeah,
Really
he danced pissed.
Yeah.
He invented that. Yeah.